And welcome back to another episode of Enigmatica 6 Expert, where today we're going to be building the mob crusher. In between episodes, I tidied up the entrance. It's no longer like jammed right up against here with all of our cobblestone generation. It looks kind of compressed. I left that water sitting there. Also, it's emptying buckets. Even set up a bit of, finished processing it all, bit of a concrete processing situation here. Looks like we've got a weird amount of concrete, which is done. Yeah, it'll be fine. So cobblestone, tidied up, moved out of the way of the entrance. We could do something with this now. I don't know what. But last episode, we set up this area where we can push a button and it summons a wither. I don't want to do it because it's very noisy, but that's cool. But it would be much better to have that just running all the time. So I've been doing a little bit of crafting. I've kind of left the main couple bits for today's episode. We're kind of almost there in terms of the bits and pieces we need for assembling that mob crusher. If we go and have a look at the craft, I've pre-crafted some of the stuff. A lot of the stuff we'd already made. It's just these two remaining things. We're going to have to set up precision mechanisms from Create. Not too major, that'll just be a nice simple little bit of automation. And then we have the Infinity Hammer. Now, I might make two of these so we can use one. But there's a couple of things we haven't crafted. One would be a huge floor tank, which, actually looking at it, doesn't look too bad. It's getting a little bit mobbier. But first off, let's sort out this automation, and then we'll look at these other random bits and pieces like Hepatizon, which, not bad, a little bit of cobalt. Maybe we could look at the digital miner for going and mining that. Maybe that's another thing we get this episode. The digital miner. I think most of this was pretty straightforward, but I'm not sure. We'll figure it out. And there we go. Done. So similar setup to all our other kind of sequenced assembly ones. Yeah, I mean, actually, this would probably look better like that, right? I don't think there's any filters in there. Yeah, so just restricting what can go in these guys and doing retrieval modules to get the specific components. I'm sure there's probably a better way of doing this, but this does work. And it's reasonably simple, except when stuff gets stuck in a hopper. That's not great. It's not great. But if I chuck this in, it should just stay in the chest now. I think some of these other ones, the item starts looping around. Yeah, that's that done. So now we can craft ourselves one of these, if we auto craft that. Now I was going to teach the recipe for this mechanical arm. I already have, my bad. Do we use this for anything else? Mob crushers or plant gatherers? Plant gatherer would actually not be bad. It would be nice to automate, and we could get plant gatherers. Would just be a handy thing. I'm just going to put it in the list of things to do. So that's going to get us the mob crusher. We are one thing away, and of course it's the most difficult thing. Of course. So we need 14 crafters in this sort of assembly. That shouldn't be an issue, although we do have to keep an eye on our sandpaper. I think I should chuck some more sandpaper in there. And you know, I probably should by now, where are we? Just be importing it straight into this, so that we never have to worry about it. Because all this does is make that rose quartz. Anyhow, with that done, I think I'll teach all the recipes, I'll set up this crafter, and we'll see if we can just craft one. I don't know what we're going to be missing. Not the digital miner. That's coming next. Yeah, I'll just set up these recipes and we'll hope for the best. Okay, so we're ready. We're ready to start. I think I've set this up in the right shape. I think so. It's not actually hooked up, but we need to craft the components. So I've set up all the recipes. Whether or not this is going to work, and like things like this recipe won't work because, well, I haven't set it up enough. We also might be short of Osiris God Shards. We've only got 4. What do we have over here? We've got another 8. Yeah. Once we get this digital miner set up, we might go dig for some Nebu, I think. We also need... No, wait, did I? I think I taught that recipe. I did. Resonant integral components. I don't know if any of these are going to work. Full disclosure, I don't know what's going to be able to be crafted and what isn't. Apparently we can make our Hypnotizer. Oh, Frost Steel. Oh, that's going to be an issue. We're 1 Osiris God Shard short. We are 1,300 Coal Coke short. Yikes. Somebody did warn me this was going to be an issue. I didn't listen. Okay. And a bunch of silk fiber. We could automate this. I really need to sort this lithium stuff. We're only missing 7 though, so I might do it manually. I really need to sort out the auto crafting for that. Okay, let me... I guess I'll take a screenshot. And then I can sort out that. We could automate this somewhat. Oh, I should have been crafting the things we could. Well, I'll handle those first bits and pieces. Maybe we're not getting to the digital miner quite today. We have a bit of coal here. Once we set up the mob crusher, which of course is what we're trying to do, we should have unlimited coal. I should just start extracting... Oh, we're ending up with excess creosote oil. We've got so much, I might have to start dumping it. Or make a black hole tank. We might actually be able to make a decent size one. Maybe for storing this creosote oil. But I need to start importing all of this stuff. And just make sure I've got the drawers to contain it. I think that's next on the list. How am I going to import all of this? So I've ran the power under there. I guess we're doing importer on the front. Guess we're doing importers on the front, but yeah. Yes, it's going to be a thing. Alright, some improvements to our, well, I guess our creosote oil. We've got a advanced black hole tank that holds 65,000 buckets, and we've got 430 something buckets in there. We're also now extracting coal from here. Eventually we can hook this up to this guy. Unfortunately he doesn't generate coal unless you're killing the mobs, and I think the mob crusher will get us those drops. I hope so. Otherwise, yeah, coal takes a while to get. And then we are just extracting only the bits and pieces we want, and I'm hoping I've sorted out the tanks for that. Okay, after a bit of crafting, ready. I mean, whether or not this is actually going to work could be another story. It's certainly going to take a while. Alright, things are ticking away. I might want to actually upgrade our whole, what do you call this? Empowering, energizing setup. This just started, I just set up the recipes, and it's kind of slow. It's kind of slow. We are using like Niotic tier stuff to make the tier above's crystals, so I can see why it's slow. I think everything else has crafted fine. I think. So that's a bit of that stuff happening. Yeah. 26 of these to make. It's made 2. Which isn't bad. I still think these things are actually successfully assembling, and they're still playing up. I actually went through and like took all of these recipes out and reset them to what they should be, but it still thinks it hasn't finished when really it has. So I'm not entirely sure why that is. I need to dig into it more. But yeah, I need to extract these as well. That's something we have to do. We have to extract these and insert. Oh, we don't have to insert anything. It'll eventually work. And it's crafted. The Elite Induction Cell. Holds 204 GRF. Giga RF? Jillion? Definitely Gillian RF. But of course this still thinks it hasn't worked. Not sure why that is. I assume this stuff is actually working. It goes into like pulverizer. Oh, is that stuck as well? Or is this out of... Are we out of something? Are we out of diamonds? We might be out of diamonds. Oh, we're totally out of diamonds. That would do it. Huh. Well, by totally out of diamonds, I mean I haven't taken diamonds out of this part for a while, and there's... We got a couple. We got a couple of diamonds. I should probably hook that just straight into the system. So that's everything that we need to craft this guy. Of course, this isn't going to work, so I'm going to have to assemble it. But I did think I'd show you what was suggested in the comments was making the culinary station. So I've been playing around a little bit. Essentially, you can make your own food. So we could take our bread and make a bread sandwich. Which, I mean, I guess we'll have that as an ingredient. We could add our eternal steak. I think that would not make it... It wouldn't be an everlasting piece of meat, so we're not going to do that. But how about some plums? A bread and plum sandwich? That sounds pretty gross. And then we have a bread, plum, and beef and broccoli sandwich. That doesn't sound much better. And then chuck in some dusty mumby honeycomb to get us the sugar. And then that's all the food groups covered. And I don't know that I'd actually want to eat this in real life. But then here's a whole bunch of food. So just keep topping that up. There we go. I can't eat any because I'm not hungry, but that's going to start filling up this, and yeah, should keep us at 100%, which does give you bonuses. Apparently there's also a feeder upgrade for the backpack. Backpack settings. I guess it's an upgrade. No? Maybe a feeding upgrade? Advanced feeding upgrade? Yeah. We could make that. We've made all of these things. Would be quite cool. We couldn't make the advanced one. Yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind eating, so that's not really an issue. We get to see our cool sandwiches. Gee, steady. Been picking on the pounds. So we've got set up, that's the digital miner. It's going to be the digital miner. I haven't actually started crafting it yet. But we can now assemble this thing, and this goes like there. And I'm going to completely do this off camera because it's going to take a while. It's going to be fiddly and not particularly interesting to watch. Alright, here we go. Hopefully this isn't overstressed. It is overstressed. What can we disconnect to stop that? Is this... Oh, it like breaks all the stuff upstairs. Yeah, I really need to separate some things out. I heard something stop. Oh, I think all of this is hooked up to it. Nope. There we go. Oh, that'll be crafting it. That'll be crafting it. And... Oh, it's already done. It's obviously going a little bit too fast. But cool. We have the infinity hammer. Now, it would be cool to actually use this. I think, like, it looks pretty sweet. It does look pretty sweet. Cool if we got another one as a quest reward. We get a black hole tank with biofuel. Oh, that's for fueling this guy up. Yeah, I mean, I'll take the tank. I shouldn't put it there. I'll put it here and forget about it. We could use it, but I really want the mob crusher. We could craft another one of these, and maybe in the future we will. Hopefully I'm sort of getting to the point where we're not going to need to go mining. Would be nice, though. Would be fun to use. Alright, So that should be... Oh, I've obviously used some things. While crafting bits and pieces. Okay. But that's going to get us the mob crusher. And then I guess it's, you know, moving all of this. Yeah. Not quite sure what we're going to do yet. I guess I'll start by testing it. Make sure it works. And then we'll look at moving all the spawners down. Alright. Mob crusher complete. I feel like that should have been a quest. Why was that not a quest? Probably something... Yeah, we're missing... I've never held an advanced machine frame. We do get some potentially good rewards. So... maybe I'll hold one. Like if we just want to craft just one of them. That'll be cool, and we'll finish that quest. So, the moment of truth. We're going to need a range upgrade. That's a speed one. Well, I think we're going to need a range upgrade. We've got a range one. So when we chuck this down, that's a pretty good area for what we're going to be dealing with. I think we could make vector plates now. Queen slime we've made. That's just other stone. I'd have to farm a few of them. Maybe we get a tarantula hawk and chuck it in our area. Yeah, we could totally do that. It's going to use 50,000 every 5 seconds. So that's actually not bad power usage. We've learned that it doesn't mean 50,000 RF a tick, or FE a tick. So let's try this. This should be a good working area. This is very rough. Very, very rough. We'll be tidying this up. I won't be just hiding it underneath the floor. Oh no, I'm kind of stuck. What a mess. And it looks like this is doing things. If we get rid of that. Oh yeah, it is working away. And we're starting to get some items. And we get coal, which was a big one. That's cool. And we get items that we don't get when we just drop the mobs. Cool. That's going to work quite nicely. I need to sort out this, though. This is a horrible, horrible mess. And we're not having whatever just... Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'll spend some time sorting this out. Hopefully he's going to keep up. And tidied. So this is almost good. We still need to sort the essence. Actually, no, that's a bit of a shame to be wasting that. So we're going to have a whole bunch of this essence that we're going to want to do something with. What exactly that will be, I'm not entirely sure. Probably some crafting. Nice. There we go, a bunch of that essence. And yeah, I'm sure it's used for... We can convert it to the other essence. Yeah, it's used for some things. Should be sweet, should be sweet. So, yep, this is all piping in the different bits and pieces like it used to. The reason we end up with this iron nugget in here is I think the pretty pipes just aren't keeping up with how often it has to transfer stuff. Like it's constantly transferring stuff out of here, and then it has to transfer stuff out of the machines, and it just never gets around to this guy. Because he does have his extraction. And yeah, he should work. But it doesn't. I could potentially move one of these drawers and chuck the pipe at the side. That's about my only option because every other face of it is full. Ah, and also hooked this up to our network with external storage. So now we have access to all of these items here. I might want to increase the size of our gold drawer, but the rest of them, yeah, probably not so much. String. We should probably still end up with the occasional skeleton in here. like regular bones, and that won't have anywhere to go. But should be okay for the most part. I think I will hold off on making the digital miner till next episode, and a plant gatherer would still be nice, I think. Anyway, we'll deal with all that next episode. It's been ClassicDuff. Thanks for watching this episode, and we'll see you in the next one.